Hi everybody, we are out on a little weekend adventure, and please don't mind the heap of stuff behind me. That is how I pack. So we're out for a weekend adventure to Central Illinois. So our original plan, it's Saturday and we're going to be in the area until Monday. And our original plan was on Sunday night to go to a Weird Al concert because my husband and I love Weird Al. Well, we weren't in the car more than a little while on our way down to Springfield where the concert was going to be before we got notice that the concert is postponed. So it's canceled for now, and they are going to try and reschedule the date for, it sounds like later in the fall sometime. We don't know yet. So that changes that plan. We do not have a concert to go to tomorrow evening. But yeah, we still have today getting down there. And tomorrow then, since we have no concert, we can do, kind of whatever we want all day. And then Monday we can hopefully hang out a little bit and look around before we head back home. So Springfield, Illinois, or Central Illinois is just a few hours from us. So it's not a very long drive. It's not really, super inconvenient or anything. So we just had lunch in Bloomington. We stopped at a restaurant called the Parkview Inn. Never eaten there before, just want to try something, totally different. We haven't been spending a lot of time in Central Illinois for a long time. Is that the mall? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we had lunch in Bloomington. I got a horseshoe. I'll put a picture of that in. That is a classic Central Illinois dish, is a horseshoe. And then we're in Forsyth right now, and it's dreary, it's been rainy, and our plans have been canceled. Our big event for the weekend was canceled, but that's okay. We're still making a nice little weekend out of it. And we are staying in an Airbnb. So I couldn't cancel the Airbnb without losing all of our money anyway. So we might as well still just go and have a nice little weekend away. Near ADM Staley's. So we're not going by ADM Staley's.
I'll spare you.
Will we be able to smell it from here?
If they have a busy day or a big batch or something, yeah, you can smell it out this way. The wind is blowing.
So can you tell us what ADM Staley's
is? It's soybean processing. Probably more than soybean. I don't know a whole lot about it, but they process tons of food for the region.
Okay.
Enough that it was like a Russian military target during the Cold War.
Oh gosh. I'm familiar with it in the small sense that when I have come here, oh gosh, it's so bumpy. When I have come here and we go anywhere near it, you can smell it. And it smells so bad.
It's like maple syrup.
No, it is not like
times a million.
No.
Till it's bad.
Okay, so not maple syrup. Because maple syrup smells really good. It's other level. I haven't smelled it in years, and yet my nose remembers vividly what it smells like. It's so bad. So, yeah, the big plant that's there here in Decatur. And we're not going by it, which I sort of wish we'd go by to see it, but also I don't want to risk smelling that, so it's okay. Happy 30th anniversary, Dave and Barb. We're heading into downtown Springfield now. You can see some of the buildings over there, including that real tall one. I believe it's a Hilton Hotel. It has a crude nickname that I'm not going to say, and you are not going to say that. No, I have to cut that out of the video now. I can't have it.
Just bleep it.
I can't have it in the video. mean, it's well known, the crude nickname for that lovely hotel. Oh, here's the big convention center. Was it always called the Bank of Springfield Center?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't remember what it was called. Something with Prairie?
Prairie Capital
Prairie,
Convention
yeah,
Center.
it used to be called the Prairie Capital Convention Center. Good memory. We're on our way to go get some ice cream. We made it into the Airbnb. Here's the state capital of Illinois. Oh, way about front. There's a lot of statues around here. I'd like to look at all of them. There's Martin Luther King Jr. A lot of statues. So now we're on our way to Cold Stone. We're not sure exactly where it is, but we saw it on the map. We'll find it. And if it ever stops raining this whole weekend, we might be able to get out like tomorrow and do some good old walking around and sightseeing. But it has just been pouring since we, I don't know, just all day since we left home. So, not just since we got here, but it's been raining all day. So, I would have been happy to come out walking earlier and go do more, but just too rainy. Yeah. And that's the old Capitol building. Gee whiz. Their car isn't loud enough. There's a big green elephant just hanging out on, what street is this? I don't know. Monroe, maybe? No, yeah, is that 5th? No. 4th. I think that's 4th. Okay, we're trying to figure out get our bearings here and what street's what. So this is a patio thingy that's outside of our Airbnb, and this is a view. We have a parking lot, some kind of, I don't know what building that is. And here's some general downtown Springfield. Okay, so we're back at the Airbnb now, and I just took my first new anxiety pill. So today was the first day of taking 1 Prozac instead of 2, and basically substituting the second Prozac with the Effexor, I think he called it, on the bottle. It's called something else, so I'm sure it's like a different name for it. But I think my doctor called it Effexor. So yes, I just took that pill. Now I want to get ready and take a shower, because the last thing I need to do is sit around and think about how I just took another new pill. So I'm gonna keep moving. Okay, maybe a train is coming. It's honking, but I don't see it. I'm on the patio for our Airbnb. Here's the train track. Okay, yeah, it's moving. Those lights were the train. So, it's loud. I'm gonna close the door. But it is crazy loud. A lot of times when the trains go by, they honk. Like that. And it gives me a heart attack every time the train is going by. Yeah, that is what it does. These trains do that every time they go by. Scared the ever-loving bejeebers out of me. And it's the reason I was up at 6:15 this morning, because the train came right by like it just did, honked right in front of our building at 6:15. Good morning, officially now. So it is the next morning. I have been up since 6:15, and then I've managed to fall back asleep maybe twice for short little bursts, but I've mostly been up. And so now I'm already starting to yawn because I'm already tired. I did not get that much sleep last night, and I'm going to, I've already straightened my hair, but I just want to work on my bangs a little bit more because they're always a little wacky. And I have to do that out here in the living room because the outlet in the bathroom doesn't work. Now that's kind of crummy. Yeah, it's 10:30. But I was trying to, I kept trying to just lay in bed and fall back asleep, and I wanted my husband to sleep in basically as much as he wanted because he did all the driving yesterday. So I didn't want to bother him. You know, no sense in waking up really early. I guess the train, I think the train at 6:15 did wake him up, but he is really good about just zonking right back out. That is not my forte in life. I very much wish I could do that and that I slept easily, but I don't. And the train honking, I mean, it was all last night too. Now, I don't think it was like overnight the whole time, but like it went until later than I would have thought. And then again, the trains honking their horns like starts earlier in the morning than I would have thought. And we also had a little noise, but it was no big deal at all, from the Springfield Pride Fest that was going on yesterday. But that wound down like on whatever time it was supposed to wind down. And they didn't make any noise like after hours for the event. So it was no problem, and it was kind of fun. You could hear some music and some like shouting and happy people. So we got to hear that, and we walked by it briefly, but I didn't know exactly, like we saw some people, but I don't know like exactly all their events or what was going on. So and then it kept raining, so we didn't check it out, but I feel like maybe if it hadn't been raining quite so much, we could have. Yeah, I don't know what to do with these bangs. We're on our way to brunch rather, because it's 11. And we're going to a place that's well known in Springfield. I think we've eaten there once, maybe twice, years ago. So, let's hope we can eat there and that there's room. There might not even be a room. So we wanted to come here to Charlie Parker's. I don't know if we're gonna have room. It's not a big place though.
No, you're right.
So here we are inside the front little, I don't know what you call
Foyer.
it. The foyer. Yeah. We just have to wait a few minutes for a table, but that's not a problem. All right, we were just seated. That was like no wait at all. And I think I'm gonna get the famous giant pancake. And maybe some fruit, just to be healthy too.
Do you want the 4-stack of giant?
No, I saw that, but there's no way. I'm not even gonna eat one pancake, obviously, let alone a stack of 4. We got the corner booth in the very back corner of the place. So it's kind of nice back here. Okay, you got biscuits and gravy.
Yep.
Which is
half order.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's a half order? And a waffle, which looks delicious and crispy. And so far I've got my tea and my fruit. Look at this pancake. It's absolutely huge. Here's my hand. It looks awesome. That was so fast too.
Do you guys want anything else to go with your food today?
No, I think I'm good. Are you good?
Right.
He's good. Thank you. This is amazing. This is the biggest pancake I've ever seen in my life. I got so many butters. Because obviously,
Like you need them.
Well, I need them. I don't know how I'm even going to make a dent in this thing. And they said the regular pancakes are really big. They're this size. I'm just going to butter a small section over here. Hey, we've got a microwave at the Airbnb.
This makes the stack of 4 seem ridiculous.
Doesn't it? Who could get 4 of these? Like a whole family of 10 maybe. It's like a slice of pizza. Oh, I don't have a little cup for the syrup or anything. That's okay.
You could use a plate.
It's just so much. It's such a thick pancake all on its own. This is about as much as I can do. It's good. It's a good pancake. It's a thick pancake. It might not look like it, but it is. And I tried to put a little chocolate chips with it, but if they're not melted into the batter, it's a little trickier. But it's a good pancake, and I love a brown kind of crispy pancake that's really well cooked. Oh, I think I need a to-go box. Here's a little look at the outside. I read about this. It's called a Quonset hut. Yeah. So there's a sign out front, and you enter from this little side door. Now we're back in downtown Springfield, and there's a place that says they have pinball. So I'm gonna go find out if they have pinball and how can we play. This is where we're gonna check out Dumb Records. So here's the arcade at Dumb Records. There are, I think, 6 pinball machines and then a few other machines back there. So I got my ball stuck on Cue Ball Wizard, and it's still stuck. And then I moved on to Time Machine, and they're both fun. Okay, so we played pinball for a couple of hours. I had a great time, even though I got a ball stuck in a machine. The trains, they follow us. We're not that far from the tracks. And then, so that was really fun at Dumb Records, and then we shopped around a little bit, and I got 2 just random strange looking records. And then we met up with an old friend we've not seen in a very long time, so that was great. And now we're just kind of walking around downtown Springfield. There was an art show today, or art fest or something, and I didn't know that. And basically we missed it by the time we were done playing pinball and chatting with our friend. But we stopped for some Starbucks because it's a little chilly. And we're just kind of walking, hanging out. Oh, it's a regular size elephant?
Yeah,
Pardon me. Well, it's a lot bigger than me. Also, a note about Dumb Records. Not only do they sell records there, but you can play pinball, as I mentioned, $5 per person for an unlimited amount of time, like that day, an unlimited amount of games. You don't need any quarters or credits or anything. $5 a person, and you go play as much pinball as you want. They got like 6 pinball machines. We probably spent a solid 2 hours there playing pinball, and for $5 a person, that is awesome. That's the best pinball price I've ever heard of in my life. Because do you remember when we were in South Carolina, we went to a board game store in South Carolina, and they also had a bunch of pinball machines there. And of course, I am a kind of a pinball nut. I barely get to play because we just don't have a lot of really close places to play pinball, but it's my dream to have a pinball machine in our house. That store in South Carolina was $2 per game. That was insane, and I refuse to play there. If you come to Springfield and you want to play pinball, 100% recommend Dumb Records. Now, depending on where you go, it might be a little bit busier, and again, it's only like 6 machines, but they have a few other arcade games too, so it's not a really big arcade area, but for $5 to play as much as you want, you absolutely just cannot beat that. That's the best. So yeah, I don't know if anybody else likes pinball like I like pinball, but that's where to come play in Springfield. And if anybody knows of any other places to play in Springfield for a reasonable price, please let me know. We're by the train tracks, and we had spotted these murals. I might be able to go out into the street here because nobody's coming, and it's a little side street. Wow. Okay, I'm not sure I can actually show some of those balloon ones and the heart ones because I see a couple of bad words, so I might have to cut those 2 murals out. Wow, these are really big. And obviously they look great. There's the state capitol. I think we're gonna at least be able to walk outside, right? Like walk around outside? Yeah. Because I'm quite positive, I just get that feeling that we cannot go in. Not at this time on a Sunday. Here's one of the statues we saw. I don't know if we can go into the grass, so I'm not gonna go into the grass. Can you read that sign from here?
Coal miner.
Oh, coal miner. Yeah, I'm just not sure if we're allowed in the grass, so I don't wanna find out the hard way. and end up in the Clink in Springfield. Telescope for public use. Can I check if it's available? I was gonna put my little peeper in there. Can you see?
No.
Oh.
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. And then the idea being you can look up to the, can I see it on the camera? I don't know. To the dome. You know, it's a little nippy out and there's still bugs. They're ticking me off. They're ticking me off.
It was in the 80s last week.
Yeah. Here's Abe. It's Abraham Lincoln. I don't know how far up the steps we can go.
Anyway.
Up to the door, you think?
Yeah.
And we say, we're residents, let us in. I love the look of that. It looks French to me. I don't know anything about architecture, but it looks French to me and I love that. I think that's beautiful. Oh, look, here's the sign that says keep off the grass. Woo! Now, I do believe there are tours and stuff. Like you can typically go in the building as long as, you know, it's open to the public and look around, which is, you know, a thing for most state capitals. But I just, again, I figure at this time on a Sunday that it's not going to happen. Look at that netting. I wonder what that netting's for. Another statue. I see some chandeliers or something in those top windows. Fancy. All right, cutie. I don't know what this building is, but it is huge. Now, let me impress you with my knowledge of architecture that I said I had no knowledge of. I believe those columns are Corinthian. Is that right? Here's more of this huge building. We haven't determined what it is. And then across the street, there's the Attorney General. Thrilling. In the brown building behind that, the apartment building with the balconies, that's where our Airbnb is. So it's really cool because like our, you know, where we're staying this weekend is right here. And the Capitol building is right here. Okay, we're back at Dumb Records to play more pinball because I have a problem. But my husband is playing this racing game. He spent most of his time playing this. What's this called? Daytona GTX. There he goes. Okay, it's super noisy, but at least for a second, we have the place to ourselves. This is what I've been playing, Fishtails. I'm not very good. Look at this really cute, older Dolly Parton machine. Dolly looks fantastic, but you can tell it's a little older, I think, because it's not very, like, there just aren't as many bells and whistles and things as a machine like this one. Like, it's more complicated. This one's a little bit more simple, but it's really cute. This Shrek machine, I'm trying Shrek. Sorry, it is so loud. Pinball is just loud. There's Donkey up here, and he has his own little pinball machine. It's so cute. You get to play that one too. We closed the place down basically at Dumb Records for pinball. They closed at 7 and we left at like 6:45 because we were the only ones in the arcade area, but we didn't want to wait till 7 because we wanted that employee to be able to close up shop and check everything, you know, with a few minutes to spare. So best $5, okay, 10 for the two of us that we've spent in a while. We probably played 3 hours of pinball today. Easy 3 hours of pinball. And I loved every second, even though I'm terrible I still love it. So we finished up there, and then we headed back to our Airbnb just to regroup, and we're gonna go see the new Doctor Strange movie, which I'm probably not gonna like. And I say that because Marvel movies, everything starts off real happy. They make you think there's happy endings, and then the farther you go, the sadder the endings get. And I'm never going to recuperate from, what's the Avengers or Age of Ultron, or what's the ones that had a really hard time? Age of Ultron, then what?
Infinity War?
Infinity War. Then this last Spider-Man movie, never gonna recover from that. And I just anticipate that Doctor Strange will make me just as sad. I hope not, but I'm guessing that'll be the case.
It was the good one.
Now I remember. Yeah, I thought this was the good theater, but now they have a Freddy's. They have a Freddy's right by the movie theater. What the world? A Dick Van Dyke. There's the theater, AMC Showplace 12. Alrighty, here we go.
Portable Newbie. Follow us at What's Newbie or head over to newbie.com. I'm Maria Menounos, and I'll catch you next time.
We're back from the movie, and okay, all right. I have to say it was not as sad and depressing as I thought it was going to be, and it had a somewhat, like a mostly happy ending, I guess. And I won't give any spoilers to any other characters that show up in the movie, but let's just say it was interesting, some of the characters. And I want to give a little more opinion on something, but I can't. Okay, I don't want to because I don't want to spoil. And I'll say though that one of the characters that we saw that I thought was extra interesting is a character I love. And they look a little bit different now than how I previously knew them. And I just think they, as a whole, no matter what, I don't know how to say it, form, I guess it's not, maybe it's not correct, but no matter what form they're in, I like them, and they are underutilized, in my opinion. But I cannot say who, because I was shocked that they were in the movie. So, yes, I was preparing myself for just everything to be destroyed, sadness, which is how I feel about Spider-Man and some of the Avengers movies, but that really wasn't what happened with Doctor Strange. And then tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're gonna do, like before we leave on our way out of town. Will we get breakfast? Will we stop and see anything? I don't know yet. I mean, my vote is to just go play more pinball. That's what I vote for. I just love pinball, and I just don't get to play very much. So that's my vote. We haven't done anything very Abe Lincoln-y, which feels very wrong. If you're going to come to Springfield, you should do something about Abe Lincoln. We've seen his statues, though. Does that count? So, yeah, and then at some point tomorrow, we will get on the road back home. And that's it. So I am getting sleepy. Oh, I will mention about medicines. So this is the second day I've been taking my Effexor pills, and just now, and starting to taper off the Prozac, so going from 2 Prozacs to 1. And yesterday I took 1 Effexor, and today I took 2 Effexors. And I don't know, I mean, I am like upset about it, sort of, so I feel like sometimes I feel physical symptoms, but they're probably all just created because I'm upset and I'm scared. I just didn't want to have to do this. But overall, I feel like something is doing something, because once I get worried and start my usual spinning and the usual, well, that's what it's spinning my wheels, spinning thoughts, a script oftentimes, and that my anxiety follows. And also the worrying is almost like a habit now, because I've been doing it for so many years. How I worry, how I get into a situation that's slightly uncomfortable and I worry the same way each time. It's like a habit. So I start going through the motions of that. But then it's like sometimes when I reach for the anxiety, which the anxiety reaches for the anxiety, I don't want to, it just happens. Sometimes it's like there's nothing there. Like I'm used to the buildup. I know exactly what the whole thing's gonna look like and the steps it takes me to get to panicking, and really I can tell my heart rate's up and my blood pressure's up, like, and I'm getting anxious and worked up. But I go through my steps of worrying, and before I get very far in, it's like there's nothing to grab, almost like an indifference. And I'm less bothered. And I gotta tell you, that feels okay. I much prefer that, this kind of unbothered, like, feeling, specifically about the anxiety, obviously, than the spinning, scary. Like, I'm definitely still scared and anxious and afraid, and I'm hyper focused on all the medicines right now, because it was hard enough to get on medicine, but now I have to change medicine. So I'm super focused on that, and that's very distracting and it's upsetting. That's the best way I can explain it or describe it right now. Yeah. Changing to a new medicine is not easy, but I am trying. I'm still hanging in there. I'm still trying. I think I just hit the 4-week mark for medicine in general. I just got to the 4-week mark, and that's when I'm switching. So I will be switching for the next 2 weeks. Not easy. So anyway, thanks for listening to all that anxiety chat. I will try and vlog a little bit tomorrow. Again, I don't really know what we're gonna do before we leave town, but I'll try to share some of it. So see you then.